in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about fragrances in my collection that are unique, that don't smell like all the other fragrances out there. Sometimes I just want to stand out from the crowd. I know people gravitate to the more mass appealing scents, and I do too. I am guilty of that. But sometimes I just don't want to smell like anybody. I want just to, have that unique edge when I go out. I want to smell different ultimately. If you are new here, my name is Shells. I cover fragrance, beauty, lifestyle, all the things. So if this sounds like your type of vibe, I welcome you to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and drop me some comments down below so we can get to know each other. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about is no stranger to my channel, besties, and no stranger to you. You guys know how much I adore this fragrance. This is a for lifer, okay? And the fragrance I'm talking about is Baiser Vole from Cartier. When I smell this fragrance, it is probably one of the most beautiful green fragrance, if not the most beautiful green scent profile I have in my collection. It smells so beautiful. The minute you smell this, the first thing that comes to your mind is wealth. This fragrance is for, my esteemed people in society, my elite people. It just smells lavish without you looking lavish. You know what I mean? This just smells very upscale. This type of fragrance is for someone who looks well off. If you want to, give off that kind of aura, people smell you and know that, you have things going for you, but you're not boastful. I don't know. You ever see somebody yet in society and them, you can't just tell to them rich, but not by their demeanor, but just by the way they carry themselves? That is this fragrance. If you love Lily of the Valley, you're gonna love this. This is Lily of the Valley down. Lilies, Lily of the Valley, woody notes. Think of nice, fresh lilies that have just been watered, That's this. It has a dewy nature. It's very watery and fresh and just bright and just smell rich. Just trust me when I tell you this smells rich. So if you want to smell wealthy and you want your scent to speak for you, look into Baiser Vole from Cartier. Oh, this next fragrance, I have not heard a single soul talking about it. I hear them talking about her sister, Cashmere and Palo Santo, but not this one. It is Cashmere and Wild Fig from Donna Karan. This smells so unique. It is beautiful. This kind of leans unisex in my opinion because my husband loves this down too, child. It has the most beautiful citrusy, figgy type of scent profile. So if you love fig, you're gonna love this. I realize that fig leans very unisex. And I don't mind it because it has just a very, edgy and just unique type of scent that I really do like. This also has green nuances because it has a bamboo note. There's also some earthiness. I believe there's a mineral note in here. But the opening just, is just so bright and just, in your face. When I say citrusy, it is not zesty. It is just bright, And then the fig, man, the fig, I realize I really, really do like fig. This is probably my second or third fig fragrance, and I really enjoy them. They have this green freshness about them that I like, and I like to smell fresh 8 out of 10 times, and this gives me that vibe. It is also a bit woody. I think there's some mineral notes down in the base too. It smells almost a bit earthy. The thing with unique fragrances that I like, Oftentimes they lean a bit unisex, and I really like that. But unisex, not leaning masculine. You know, this is for a sure woman, a confident woman who is not afraid to, you know, dig into her masculinity a little bit. You know that type of personality when you have, you know, she has her time when she wants to be that feminine woman, but then sometimes she just kind of want to stomp her dominance and let you know, hey, I'm not to be played with. This type of fragrance. This smells like a beautiful upscale spa. You know, it just has a very relaxing vibe about it. I'm telling you, I don't know. This smells like a niche fragrance. This smells very exquisite. It smells expensive. Like you would go somewhere and pay money for this, you know? It's not screaming, you know, every day. It's just nice and put together type of scent. So if you're looking for a nice unisex leaning fig fragrance, get your nose on Cashmere and Wild Fig from Donna Karan. One thing you will come to find with unique fragrances, they all have one thing in common. They all have a rich, wealthy smelling vibe. If you realize, wealthy people tend to like things that are different, and these fragrances, you know, embodies all of those things. They're not gonna be for everybody, and we have to realize that is okay. You know, we have to be okay with people not liking everything that we do or every scent that we wear. I love that. This next fragrance is from the House of Creed, and this is Love in White. And when I tell you this is such a beautiful, unique white floral scent, there's narcissa, there is jasmine, iris. So it is fresh, it is powdery. There is also a very distinct rice note that's in here. This is not a white floral that has a common DNA. This is so different. But at the same time, it is very elegant, you know? So different. When you wear this fragrance, it smells, the experience is so beautiful. It has a cleanness to it. It's powdery, as I said. It has a little, you know, a little mature vibe, but not too mature. It just smells expensive. Something about a fragrance when it is packaged in white just screams, you know, clean. I see goddess. I just see, you know, just a woman who is put together. Those are the words that come to my mind. And it might sound redundant, but this is how the fragrance makes me feel. You know what I mean? This is just very, very beautiful. I could see a bride wearing this too. Everything about this fragrance is just heavenly, you know? I would say if you are looking for a nice, beautiful, unique, floral, white floral scent, get your nose on Creed Love in White. Have you ever been in a situation where you sample a fragrance and you smell it for the first time and it's like, hell no. But then something just says, revisit the fragrance and see what it is giving. This fragrance was not a love at first sniff for me. I was like, what in the world am I smelling here? I just did not know where to place it or how to compartmentalize this fragrance. I'm going to say this to you. It's going to take a very confident woman to pull this scent off. It's going to take a very trained nose to pull this scent off. If you are just now starting your fragrance journey, please do not let the color of this bottle, you know, entice you too much. Please tread lightly. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Portofino 97 from Victoria Beckham. Look at this beautiful turquoise bottle. You would think that you're getting something that is very feminine and pretty. This is not that scent. This is very unisex. This is intense in my opinion. I feel like I'm just now at that point where I could wear this fragrance with ease. There is bergamot, there are spices in here, there's a sea note, so it's fresh. The bergamot in here is very fresh, almost zesty. And then the pepper in here just adds, a little spiciness to this scent. There's also incense, there's vetiver, amber, and I think there's vanilla and musk in here too. So you do get that vetiver, you do get the muskiness, you do get that marine quality. This is not, by the stretch of the imagination, a feminine scent. This is very much unisex, almost leaning masculine in my opinion. But when I tell you this fragrance screams wealth and sophistication, it is a well-rounded fragrance. When I smell this fragrance, I picture a woman who loves to wear white, maybe linen, and it is well ironed and there's no crush. She likes to vacation on yachts. She likes to sunbathe with her big hat and her oversized glasses, reading her books, her novels, whatever. She likes to go to the most expensive restaurants, rooftop bars. This is not, you're not going to catch her, slipping in one of those, cheap restaurants. That is not this scent, baby. This is for a woman who is well off, the aristocrats of society, the elites of society. This is the type of fragrance that you're going to catch women who are in maybe book clubs or have their little, groups that they meet up on a Wednesday. That's this type of fragrance. It smells so rich. It reminds me of Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. The minute I smell this, that's what came to my mind because my husband has that scent. And I know that this is unisex because my husband really likes this too. But in the summertime, this is gonna be everything. This is gonna be a fragrance that's gonna spark interest because it's unlike anything you'll ever smell. You know what I mean? Gorgeous piece of scent, brother. So if you feel like you're at that level in your life where you can pull off something like this, look into Portofino 97 from Victoria Beckham. This next fragrance, I have had in my collection for maybe a year and a half now. And the sole influencer behind this fragrance is AI the Great. The way she described this fragrance is exactly what it smells like. This fragrance is from the House of Oud and it is called Guilty Crush. It is such a unique fragrance. It smells very powdery. There is a wild strawberry note. There's dark cherry. There's champagne. There's a lipstick note that is so prominent in here. Like you'd probably hear lipstick and think, who wants to smell like lipstick? But it works in here. What I will say though, it does give me a little cough syrup vibe, but not in a bad way. This is so powdery. It does scream feminine, but in the most unique way. You are definitely smelling the cherry. Maybe that's why it has just a hint of a medicinal vibe. It does have a powdery texture to it, but it's not coming from an iris. This powdery nuance is coming from the rose that is in here. It's a bit musky, but imagine what lipstick smells like mixed with, cherry and powder. I don't know how to explain this to you, child. But it works. It is very feminine. This is going to be so, so beautiful in spring. Imagine wearing this to maybe a brunch or, some easy, event with your friends, your girlfriends. I don't know. This just smells nice. And look at this bottle. It's so pretty. So trust me, when I say unique, I did come with unique fragrances. So I would say if you like a powdery, sweet, cherry, musky type of scent, I think you might like this. But remember, sample these fragrances first, okay? Because they are different. Can't say I didn't warn you. So if you want to go out on a limb and get a fragrance that smells like lipstick, I would say look into Guilty Crush from the House of Oud. The last fragrance I'm going to talk about is one that I've had in my collection for maybe about 2 years at this point, and I've only worn it maybe once or twice. And I don't know why. It smells good. And I think too, this is a fragrance you have to be in the mood for because it is sweet and it is very unique. Another thing with this fragrance is that it has a metallic smell that I don't know. I don't want to say it's off-putting, but it makes this fragrance very unique. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Instant Crush from Mancera. Years ago, this fragrance was all over YouTube. Everyone kept talking about it, how good it is. And it is good, but it is so unique. Unique to the point that I hardly pull for this scent. There is some citruses in the top. There's saffron. It's extremely sweet, like syrupy sweet. And this is not an everyday fragrance, which makes it even harder for me to wear it. This would make a nice date night scent because it does have an enigmatic quality about it. It's different. It is bold. When you wear this fragrance, you have to scrub it off your skin because it is going nowhere. But at the same time, there's a mystery about it that I really like. But I just don't pull for the fragrance. It is good. Syrupy, sweet. I know people always say that Mancera has a synthetic, type of scent. And I don't know if that's where the metallic smell is coming from. But I don't hate the scent. There's something so sweet and just addictive about it. And because it is so unique, I cannot compare it to anything else, It smells good though. I need to give it, a wear, but this has to be, a nighttime or, you have to wear this when it is cooler. You cannot wear this in heat because this is gonna cause problems. It's gonna, maybe be too cloying or this is the type of scent that can, get sickeningly sweet. I see that. But we're talking about unique fragrances and this one is quite unique to my nose. So if you want to give this a try, I would say check out Instant Crush from Mancera. I know I'm not the only one, who likes to smell unique. I would love to know some of the fragrances that you own that may not be for everybody, but you still not care. You go wear your fragrance regardless, okay? So these are, some of the ones in my collection that, I might not pull for as often, but when I want to, stand out from everybody else, you best believe I'm going to dust them off and spray myself down. So that is it, besties. If you have gotten to this point in my video and you are not yet subscribed, besties, do the right thing. Become a part of the family, okay? With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful one and I will see you in another video. Bye.